Welcome back. This is Bhavani. If you're passionate about AI, technology, and the tools that shape our future along with teaching, you're in the right place. Today we're diving deep, and I mean really deep, into OpenAI's latest feature, Deep Research. As of February 25, 2025, OpenAI has officially rolled out Deep Research to ChatGPT Plus, Teams, EDU, and Enterprise users. But that's not all. This isn't just your average upgrade. OpenAI added some spice to it. Embedded images with citations, smarter understanding of uploaded files. Well, there you go. Now, this feature is available to Plus users, but a Plus user can only use 10 queries per month. Well, that's not exactly what I was expecting, but at least it's a start. It's clear that OpenAI is going all in to stay ahead in their ever-intensifying AI race. And honestly, I kind of feel for them. They were the first ones who came up with ChatGPT. But with so many AI models popping up, it's like a never-ending tech marathon. But OpenAI is running really strong. So what exactly is Deep Research? Think of it like your supercharged research assistant, but on steroids. It's an agentic capability that doesn't just pull information from the surface, it conducts a multi-search research across the internet, digging through hundreds of sources to craft a comprehensive report. Using OpenAI's O3 model, it's optimized for web browsing, data analysis. It reads, interprets, analyzes massive amount of text, images, and PDFs. And most importantly, it pivots its approach based on what it finds. That is really cool. Now let's dive deeper into the bells and whistles of the Deep Research. The first thing first, which is safety. OpenAI claims that it has improved prompt injection, disallowed content, privacy, ability to run the code, bias, and hallucination. Well, prompt injection is preventing malicious actors from injecting harmful commands, and disallowed content filtration is avoiding generating dangerous or inappropriate content. Privacy, again, is monitoring your systems, the risk to minimize the risk of data breaches, and hallucination and biases. And I'm guessing this will automatically be reduced because of the inline citations and increased reliance on the website searches. The next is the Preparedness Scorecard. Before rolling out Deep Research, OpenAI put it through a Preparedness framework, which is a rigorous evaluation system that tests for potential misuse and safety issues. And as you can see on the screen, CBRN, Cybersecurity, and Persuasion, Model Autonomy, all are medium. Well, I know what you're thinking. CBRN stands for chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear. And here on the screen is a very interesting chemical and biological evaluation of these AI models. Well, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below for you to go ahead and read, but I would like to pull your attention to all the way in the bottom row, which is the hazardous knowledge. They're checking these models if they can answer the questions on weapons of mass destruction, which I think was really interesting. And here is the chart. As you can see, the biothreat information is actually categorized into 5 different stages, which is ideation, acquisition, magnification, formulation, and release. And they actually check for biological threat using these 5 stages. And you can see that the model has performed really well. And we have pre-mitigation, no browsing model scores about 20%, no browsing 20% on each category. While pre-mitigation models perform well on these tasks, the post-mitigation models perform absolutely well, scoring 0. That means they're not giving out any information on magnification, formulation, or the release. The next is cybersecurity evaluations. As we know, the CTFs, which are the capture the flag. We have high school CTFs, collegiate CTFs, and the professional CTFs. These are very minimal cybersecurity threats, and the professional ones are the ones that businesses and government faces. And here we have the model performing extremely well on the high school CTF and collegiate CTF, and then the professional, which is 70%. Persuasion risk. This is something very fascinating to me. This checks the ability of the model to manipulate the user or spread bias information. And here CMV stands for Change My View Evaluation. Deep Research has scored from 80 to 90th percentile relative to human persuasiveness. In this evaluation involves presenting the AI with users' opinion from subreddit and challenging it to construct arguments persuasive enough to alter the user's original stance. Scoring in the top 10 to 20% shows that AI can debate nearly as effectively as a human. And here is Make Me Pay Manipulation Test. I didn't know something like this existed. It received payments 36% of the time. In this simulation, AI role plays as a con artist, attempting to persuade another AI to hand over some of the money. And the AI goal is to manipulate the target into giving money without using forceful or obvious tactics. With a 36% success rate, AI demonstrate moderate manipulative capabilities, enough to raise awareness about potential misuse in such scenarios. The next is Make Me Say. This is again versus GPT-4o. This Make Me Say deception test, it had 24% success rate. This game evaluates the AI's ability to trick a conversational partner into unknowingly saying a specific word. The AI must guide the conversation carefully so that the other party naturally says the target word without realizing they've been manipulated. I mean, how clever is that? Though it only succeeded about 1 in 4 times, this result highlights the AI's capability of the subtle deception, a key area monitored in safety evaluations. And again, the SWE serves as a benchmark to gauge how effectively AI models can engage in complex coding, conducted by GitHub. And here, Deep Research has an impressive 68% accuracy, surpassing the previous models. And this is again the MLE, which is machine learning engineer, and they use the data from Kaggle, and you have to go ahead and compete. And as you can see, the model scored 11%, indicating the model's ability to manage complex machine learning workflows and, when compared to the expert human performance. And here we have 11% with and without browsing and post and pre-mitigation. In this test, Deep Research was evaluated on its coding efficiency, the ability to contribute to the real-world coding task. The model outperformed O1 by almost 30%. And with all these evaluations, Deep Research the model was still returned as a medium risk, aligning with OpenAI's safety deployment policies. Now let's go ahead and take a look on how to activate the Deep Research. So here I am on my GPT-4. I do have an option to choose any model I want. I can pick GPT-4o, O1, O3 mini, O3 mini high, and I do have options for other models as well, but I'm going to stick with GPT-4o. And here you have an option to click on Deep Research. You don't have an option for Deep Research and the web because Deep Research technically is browsing the web for you. Again, as a Plus user, you can only have 10 queries per month. I think I've used a few. So let me go ahead and show you what I have done. So here I am on my GPT-4 with the Deep Research. So what I've done is I wanted to create a game where students can manage a rainforest ecosystem. They can adjust the rainfall, temperature, and deforestation rates, watching how the species thrive and decline. And I clearly mentioned that I want the code in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I used Deep Research because I wanted to go ahead, give that reasoning capability, think through, and then it asked me, would you like a detailed simulation with data visualizations, graphs, charts, showing ecosystem? And it says more interactive games like experience with animations and direct feedback. Also, should the game include educational prompts or explanations for different choices? If I really took time, I can go ahead, give it a detailed prompt. Again, the way to do it is you're going to be using your GPT-4 to create or enhance the prompt. And once you have that, you will take that prompt, use your Deep Research so you can get better results. But just to demonstration purposes, I just used a simple prompt and I said yes to all. And here is the detailed thinking process. And when I click on research, it took 11 minutes and it doesn't have any sources as of now because this is just coding. But look at the thinking process. I'm thinking about the game design, focusing on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript with interactive elements. And I'm brainstorming, shaping intuitive controls for adjusting variables like rainfall, temperature. If I took time, I don't know if I can visualize and conceive all of this, but I'm using the Deep Research and the knowledge that GPT has to come up with this thinking process. Now, once I read this, I might not be able to come up with the same thing next time, but at least I have a foundation of how the games are going to work and what my next prompt is going to be. Again, these AI tools are not just for automation, but they're for augmentation and amplification of your knowledge. As an educator, I'm always looking to augment my learning and teaching process. So here it's tweaking species. This is something fun. I teach mathematics, but I wanted to create something so I can see what's going on with those animations. And all of this thinking process is helping me to improve my thinking as well. And once this is done, this is giving me an overview of what the game does. And if you want to update these games in GitHub, this could be a good README file where they can go ahead and read and see what the game's doing. And here it has given me the HTML structure. It gave me a complete detailed HTML coding. And when I went ahead and plugged this in, I did not have some animations that I wanted. So I went back and tweaked the code and I said, interactive animations were not effectively demonstrated in it. Go ahead, change the code, give me the updated version. It goes and updates the code, gives me the version, and I still had something to tweak. And here is my final coding. And I'm going to allow both of these, and I'm going to click preview. I'm going to allow. And here is my deforestation. I'm going to go ahead and start the simulation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the deforestation, and I want you to see what happens to the trees. As you can see, the trees are going down. I'm going to increase the deforestation again. Trees are going down. And with the trees, the wildlife is also decreasing. I'm going to increase the rainfall, decrease the deforestation, and you can see all of them are increasing. Temperature is increasing. The animals are decreasing. This is a clear and a beautiful graph for students to see and visually learn. I'm a visual learner, and I always expect the same from others as well. So this it's a nice way to teach your students. Again, we are done with the old school way. Everything is going to be augmented in how they learn and how you teach. So this is something fun. And I am so much into coding these days. I honestly don't know how to code, but with the help of this AI, all I do is code every single day. And I'm making more animations. I am making more demonstrations for my students. And most importantly, I'm having fun doing it. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, please make sure you like and subscribe. And happy teaching. Please take care of yourself. And don't forget to comment in the comment section below. Have you tried coding at all? If you're a coder, this is not for you. But if you're not, let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, ciao.